Hi everyone. Today it's all about the foreign travel. This is part 4. I already talked about the important houses, signs and directions for the foreign travel in my previous 3 videos. Now let us see the yogas, timeline and the settlement chances in the chart. Let us see first the yoga that indicates the travel. The person has to have the promise in the chart to travel to any foreign place. The promise, conducive dasha, and the favorable transit are the necessary requirement to have the foreign travel. The promise in the chart is determined by few combinations in the chart called yoga, which I'll be explaining now. We may check the same combinations in the divisional chart. This is to see how strong the chances are of the travel and how will be your experience with that travel. Now this will be a little technical session and I will be presenting in a PPT form. There are many such yogas and I'll be talking about the most obvious one. The base of all these yogas is the combination of travel houses like 1st, 3rd, 4th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 12th along with the travel planets like Rahu, Moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Ketu, Mercury and at times Venus also. So we can say the person has travel yoga when the lord of 7th, 9th and 12th, which are travel houses, are placed in their own houses. Then when there is an interchange of the lord of the travel houses, it's like interchange is the first lord is sitting in 12th house and 12th lord is sitting in the first house. When the travel houses and their lords are interchanged, then too there are good chances of foreign travel. When these travel houses has movable dual or water signs, then also there are strong chance of foreign travel. When the travel planets are placed in movable watery and dual signs, then too the chances of foreign travel are high. When these travel planets becomes the lord of movable watery and dual signs or placed in these signs, or the travel houses, then too the foreign travel is very prominent. When Lord of the Ascendant is far away from the Ascendant, and that is 7th house, or after that. Also, if the Ascendant Lord is in movable, watery, and dual sign, the chances of foreign travel are high. When Sun is in the Ascendant, the native gets the opportunity to have a foreign travel. When moon sign and ascendant sign both are movable, watery or dual signs. When 12th lord or house is aspected by 8th lord or 8th lord is aspected by 12th lord. Then when moon, Rahu and ascendant lord are in 12th, 7th or the first house. When Mercury is in the 8th house. When Venus is in 6th, 7th or 8th houses. When Jupiter is in 4th, 6th, 8th or 12th houses. When Saturn is in 4th or 12th houses. Even second at times. Being the family house keeps you away from your own family. When the ascendant, 3rd, 4th, 7th and 9th houses or their lords are in between the malefics, and that is if there is a Papkatari yoga. When you have more than 3-4 combinations from the above, we can comfortably say that the person has promise in the chart to travel foreign countries in the right dasha. Now let us see the timeline that indicates the travel. A person can travel to a foreign land in a particular dasha only. Even though the person has a strong yoga to travel, but if the dashas are not supportive, then the travel may not happen. The travel houses like 3rd, 7th, 9th, 12th should be activated with the dasha, antra or bhukti of the related planets, then only the travel can happen. Also, if the dasha indicates strong connection with the 4th, 2nd or 11th house, which are more connected with the homeland, your birthplace, your family and friends, then too the travel may not happen. Here we need to check which houses has the strongest influence. 4th, that is your birthplace, or the 12th, which is foreign land. And these two houses, who's having the strongest connection with the running dasha, that thing will happen. Let us see the timeline of the travel, which can be determined by these things. Timeline can be determined first with the major or the sub periods of the travel house lords or the planets associated with these houses by their placement or aspect. Secondly, with the major or the sub period of any strongest or the exalted or the weakest and debilitated planets. In a way, the strongest or the weakest planet, if they are connected with the travel planets or houses, then in those period a person can go to a foreign land. With major or sub period of the travel planets, then during Sade Sati, during Mercury Dasha, there are good chances of foreign travel. For example, in Jupiter major period and Saturn sub period, this Dasha can bring foreign travel. Then dispositor of the 9th and 12th house lord and their major or sub period can also cause a foreign travel. Lastly, 8th house is the house of transformation. Its lord, planet sitting there, and their dasha triggers foreign travel also. That was about the dasha period for travel. Now let us see the settlement or the permanent stay in a foreign land. It is not necessary that whoever travels to a foreign land will settle there. It depends on the dasha. If the dasha of the planet, which is lord of 2nd, 4th or 11th, then the person may travel. But these dasha will bring him back to his motherland, to his family and friends. They may travel on some purpose, but once the purpose is done, they will return back home. There are certain planetary configurations which are likely to result in foreign travel, permanent foreign travel. Let us see that. When 4th house, your home and your birthplace is afflicted by placement, lordship, transit or aspect of the malefic planets like Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu or Uranus in your natal chart, there are chances of you settling in foreign land permanently. When there is an interchange of 4th with 12th or the 9th lord, there are strong chances of foreign settlement. When 4th and 2nd lord has close conjunction with malefic planets or has an aspect, a strong aspect of a malefic planet while in transit or in the chart, then there are good chances of permanent shift. The same way we can say for the 9th lord, 4th lord, 12th lord, if these planets are making conjunctions with malefic planets, then this will be the yoga for permanent stay. Then strong moon or Venus in 12th or in the 7th house gives yoga for the settlement abroad. So basically, to summarize the entire session, the affliction of the 4th and 2nd house, either from the moon sign or the ascendant, and the strong relation between 1st, 7th, 9th and 12th houses, any which ways, conjunction, aspect, placement or their lords, then it can generate a foreign travel yoga. If these yogas are also forming in the divisional charts like D4 and D9 with applying the same rules, then too the chances of foreign settlement are there. But when the first house or the ascendant lord is strongly connected with the 4th, 2nd or the 11th house, then the person will not leave his birthplace. In this case, even if the native travels, he will return back to his family whenever the dasha gets activated. That's all for this session. Next in line will be the reasons of travels, the nakshatras, and the obstacles, if any, for the travel. I hope this was helpful. Do write in your comments and queries. Thank you for your time and check out this channel for more such updates. Thank you. Bye for now.